we kind of have a thing where it's the Monday bootlicker, but it's not a bootlicker. It's something else.
Yeah.
And she is something else. Let me tell you, I have a very specific message for Representative Erin Grall of the Florida House of Representatives.
You know, very often we have these, we are in a hyper blue, moderate blue congressional district. And obviously, as Angelo Castillo had alluded to during our conversation, we are the second most populous tri-county area in the United States.
Well, this particular woman comes, I believe she's in...
From a completely different part of the state.
Well, I think she's in Vero Beach. I think she's in Vero, if I'm not mistaken.
You know, everybody likes to talk about Texas, New York City versus New York State, California being north, central, and southern. Florida is 5 different states, I would say, in terms of the way that things are. So Central Florida is very, very interesting.
And this woman.
And Vero Beach has one thing. It has, to be fair, it has an outlet
Is
center.
that where District 54 is?
Yes,
okay.
I'm pretty sure. And there's a very good outlet center there. Actually, the Restoration Hardware.
I can't believe
center.
you're going off on that tangent.
Really good.
This is not what we're talking about.
But what I will tell you about Vero Beach is that it is a part of the state where you really, really are in the deep South. And when I say that there is a different church denomination on every street, on every corner, that's what's there. This is religious.
But we're just dealing with, let me tell you something. What we're dealing with here is a run-of-the-mill Catholic that somehow thinks that she's entitled to legislate people's bodies. I find it infuriating. By the way, the reason I think I originally even got an FBI file is when I sent a letter, this was back in the snail mail days, to Senator Kate Bailey Hutchinson, because that woman, who was my senator in the state of Texas at the time, she actually agreed to this idea of spousal consent for abortion. So we're talking about, I wrote her a letter saying she should have her uterus revoked.
I mean, really, talk about the poster child for the hangman's tale.
I just can't. And so this woman right here, Erin Grall. Erin Grall is the person who is sponsoring the legislation in our House, which fortunately I don't think is going to go anywhere this session. So no need to panic about this particular bill right now. But she is sponsoring a bill that will criminalize abortion of fetuses that have disabilities or genetic defects. So, for example, women who get amnios at advanced maternal age and it determines that their baby has chromosomal disorders, not only are they criminalized for having an abortion, but the doctor is going to be subjected to third-degree felony charges for aborting fetuses that have genetic or disabilities. Can I please, and by the way, Miss Erin here is the same representative who pushed through the parental consent abortion bill that went through 2 sessions ago. And by the way, it's a horrendous idea. So when I was looking her up and I saw pictures of her and her happy husband and her 3 little children in their matching Christmas sweaters, and ain't that great? And I really hope for your sake, Erin, that none of your children either gets pregnant or gets someone pregnant and doesn't want to have to tell you because you're a crazy religious freak and they end up having to go get a back alley abortion with one of these hangers. And I hope that's not your daughter. Because I am telling you, I have represented women who have had to get parental consent and get judicial they get an override for it because they can't tell their fathers and they're terrified. This is why people end up having back alley abortions or giving birth at proms, and you find babies in garbage cans because of women like this. This is the problem. So her and her Catholic righteousness can go shove it. And I cannot stand this. And it is my understanding that our local representative, Robin Bartleman, did us very proud and stood up on the floor of the Florida House and told her story and explained how she was in that position where she had to choose to terminate a pregnancy based on a child that would potentially have no brain function. And she had to stand there and tell her story. And the fact is that people like this woman can't get their head out of their own ass. So these are the kinds of people that are causing us that we cannot have nice things. Thank you, Erin.
This is why I have said many times that progressives and libertarians need to find ways to come together. Libertarians on the right hate stuff like this. They truly believe in the Constitution and where it says the separation of church and state. Your religious beliefs should have no impediment on my ability to live my life. Regardless of whether you're pro-life or pro-choice, it is still a choice. You can be pro-life. I know plenty of people are pro-life. I don't have a lot of great things to say about U.S. Senator Tim Kaine, but one thing I always appreciated when he was on the ticket with Hillary Clinton in 2016, he said, listen, I'm pro-life in my personal life, but I will never tell you what to do with your life.
Well, that by definition is choice.
Correct.
The concept is choice. People like this don't grab it because they are just stuck in their little happy Catholic
and they're also
balloon.
Living, and again, there's also that
and
component.
Privilege.
There's also that component on the political right, the religious right. Listen, it is the worst part of the GOP.
It's
the Mike Pence faction of the GOP is the biggest problem in terms of the impediment of progress. These are the backwards thinking people that would be more than content to live in a subjugated society where men rule over women and every woman is just a baby maker and everything is about worrying what's going to happen when you die instead of actually figuring out a way to live. And all they want to do is preach their doctrine, thinking that the word of God in their mind supersedes.
Well, she's got a attorney. She's an attorney, and her husband, and she went to Catholic law school at Marquette. And isn't that great, Erin? Get a clue. You know, I mean, I can't with it. And I look at her, and she, you know who, I'm not going to say it because you know who she reminds me of at our local level, but a different version of that. Not necessarily a pro-life person, but who she reminds me of. Don't say it, but at our local level, who's our person that we think of as like a bane of our existence, an impediment to progress.
Yeah.
So these are people that really think they're so righteous. She thinks she's so righteous. Yeah, Erin. So it says here she has 2 sons and a daughter. Good luck to you guys. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's not.
Thanks for watching. If you want to support our mission to transform politics into service, please like this video, subscribe, follow us on social media, and consider joining our Patreon, where you'll get early access to our interviews as well as other exclusive content. Links are in the description. Peace out.